welcome back to another Bear with me, BearElliott. So I'm going to be releasing this video probably a little early, because usually I try to do them every day. But right now, probably right now, when you're watching this, or unless you're watching this on another day, but if you're watching this on Saturday, I'm actually driving to Pennsylvania to go do a ghost hunt. Love my dead people. Not in a creepy way, promise. But I've done a Ghost Hunting 101 where we talked a little bit about ghost hunting. Now we're going to do Ghost Hunting 102. Yes, this is going to be some of the basic equipment that you need when you're ghost hunting. Now, ghost hunters come in all shapes and sizes and all kinds of different ranges of equipment. Some people don't bring equipment. They just show up. Some people are psychics and their equipment is inside of them, I guess. Because it's kind of hard to throw that in a bag or check it when you're flying. But for those of us that aren't psychics, we need equipment to validate what we're seeing and what we're hearing. So these are some of the basic things that you can buy and not spend a lot of money if you're just now getting into the ghost hunting hobby. First, a cheap camera. Now you don't want to go totally cheap, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just a instant digital camera. You kind of can't find film cameras anymore, and it's really, really expensive to actually produce film or what is it? Process, not produce, because you're not like Kodak or something. But a simple digital camera, kind of handy. You can find them for $100, even a little bit less. You don't have to spend a lot of money on those. Next, I'm sure you have one of these. It's a cell phone. Now, cell phones have become kind of essential for the more modern ghost hunters, because before you'd have to carry all this equipment. A lot of times, all the equipment is right inside your phone. I use an old phone. This isn't hooked up to any kind of servers or anything like that, but I can still use the digital camera on here in case this happens to die. Because you'll find on ghost hunts that oftentimes an entity may have an effect on your battery supply. So it's always a good idea to have a backup. Also, I use this one here as a digital audio recorder because we do this little thing called an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. Now, electronic voice phenomenon, and that's where you're interacting with an entity that you think is there. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not, maybe it's just all in your imagination. But you actually ask it questions, or you try to get an audio capture of it. You'll hear moans, you'll hear all kinds of stuff when it comes to ghost. But a digital recorder is kind of handy. It's nice to have a set of earphones too. I picked up a really cheap pair, like $5. You can buy more expensive ones, but if you want to go cheap, it's a good way to go at Five Below. Next up, you need a bag. Make sure that you have a nice, big, sturdy bag to put your stuff in, because you're going to be needing it. Okay, let's open up my particular bag and see what I have in here. First up, you need a book. Now, I'm not talking about Ghost Hunting 101, although maybe I should write that book. I'm talking about just a book that you can write down notes in. Because you want to keep digital, or not digital, I guess you can keep digital if you want, but you want to keep written notes about what you're encountering. Number 2, a pen to go with your book. Because if you need something to write with, unless you write with blood, that's going to be a little creepy. Okay, next up, lots and lots of batteries. Batteries of all type. Know what kind of batteries your equipment takes. I have a EMF, I almost said EVP because we already talked about that, an EMF reader, electromagnetic field reader, that actually runs on 9 volts. Not a lot of things run on 9 volts other than smoke detectors these days. So you might want to have a couple of extra ones of those sitting around as well. Okay, next we're going to look at, I have 2 different versions of EMFs, electromagnetic field readers. Now this one I've had forever, but I have another one, which I'm waiting for UPS to actually drop that off. But this is what one of the EMFs looks like. Here you go. I know, kind of looks like something like the doctor would probe you with. This is what my EMF, I didn't. I got this as a gift, but thank you. But this is my EMF, and what it does is you hit the button, and it tells you what kind of EMF readings you have around you. I have a lot of electronic equipment going on right now, so my EMF is kind of high. This is also kind of nice to have around your house to see if you have like exposed wires or something like that. But ghosts will interact with this, and when you hit the button, a lot of them have like this little gauge here that'll tell you whether it's high EMF. See, as I go towards my recorder, hear that noise? See if you can hear it. That. I have a lot of EMF because of my recording equipment. But it'll tell you if there's a ghost or anything around you. Sometimes. Like, you'll see it bounce around, like it'll start down in green, and then it'll go up to yellow, then it might go up to red. It just bounces around. Now remember, ghost hunting, we try to put scientific in it, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% scientific. So we're just figuring things out as we go along. Next up, you want a thermo reader. This just is a temperature gauge, runs on infrared, and when you hit it, when you hold down the button, it tells you what the temperature is. So right now, it's kind of warm in my apartment. It's like 80-some degrees. Yeah, it's a little warm in here. I haven't turned on the air conditioner yet, because that's a lot of background noise. So these are some of the simple equipment that you can take on a ghost hunt. It's not going to bust the bank, and if it's not going to be a big hobby that you get into, yeah, you can use them around the house if you want to find out what temperature it is. Who knows? So this has been helpful on Ghost Hunting 102. So stick with me. Hopefully I'm going to have a lot of interesting results from Saturday's hunt. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm going with a group. I've never interacted with this group before, so it's going to be fun. So until next time, bye, Cublets!
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every weapon you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go, let me go.